first thing we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about posture, all right? Now, with our posture, the simplest form, if we just take our head, whether I'm a leader or follower, so it doesn't matter, I take my head and I pull it back. My ear, the front of my ear, wants to line up with my shoulders best it can, okay? Not everyone's going to be able to do that, but that's your goal, is to get it here. And then you want your shoulder in your ear to line up with your hip. Now, I don't know if you just saw what I did there, but see where my hips were? I just brought my hips back. Now, easiest way to do this, the sit bone, or the ischium bone, is right here, and I'm just going to pull it back towards my heels. As a dancer, we live in this position. If I were teaching you West Coast swing, it'd be the exact same thing. So we're pulling our sit bone back a bit, so we're back over our heels. So I have my head lined up over my shoulders, my sit bone back, and then I'm going to line that all up with a plumb line straight down to right in front of my ankle. So now I have a posture that is straight. If I stood up like this, it's too stiff, my chest is too high, and I just look pretty weird. But most people have a tendency to dance here. They roll their shoulders and their chest, and they just drop the chest, and an easy fix would be to lift the chest a little bit. But most importantly is that we try to get our sit bones back over our hips. Back to our hips or back, whatever I'm trying to say. So that's the easiest way. So I'm going to just do a demonstration. I'll do the leader's part in basic foxtrot for right now is easy. And so leaders, I'm going to sit down a little bit so my knees are comfortable. And I'm just going to take my foot, I'm going to push, and I'm going to glide across the floor. Push, and then side together. Okay? Now you'll notice I never once did this. I never once went here, here. Okay? We get here too quickly. So I want to stay up, keep my posture back, keep my sit bone back, and my frame's in front of me. So when I'm dancing, you'll notice that my frame actually leads the way. So in the simplest form of your frame, we're talking about your frame, it's like pushing a grocery cart. I know that's a silly analogy maybe, but it's kind of what I learned when I was starting, is like we send our hands forward in front of us when we push a cart. We're not going to go like this and like this. We're just going to push them, put them in front of you, and just send the cart ahead of you. Well, we're doing the exact same thing, because my follower needs to know I'm coming to her. So I'm just going to send my shoulders, just push my shoulders down a little bit, and they just go forward, and then I follow. I just follow my own hands. And so, and another way to say that is, what I heard was, I'm going to send my hands forward, and I'm going to follow my hands. Okay, leaders? Now, followers, that's exactly the same for you. When you go forward, you're going to send your hands, and you're going to follow your hands. There has to be room to go forward, so I need to send and clear some space. When you go away from your hands. So I send my hands forward, believe it or not. I send my hands forward, and I move away from my hands. Now, I never said I push my hands forward and I go backwards. I just said I just send my hands forward a little bit. You can see my shoulders just pushing down, and I move away. So if I'm a follower, it's the exact same thing. So that's a simple tip that can help you give your partner a better connection. And what I'm going to find with the center is, I'll go forward so it's a little easier to see. Most of us stand with our hips forward anyways, but I'm going to sit a little bit so my knees are slightly bent. And so as I push, right here, I call it recalibration. Okay? I got that from one of my students. I recalibrate my entire body. So all of my blocks, if we talk about body blocks, I have a base, a body, and then the chest, and then the head. So I'm going to line those all up, and I'm going to step, and then I'm going to reline them up. Because the second you move, your blocks are offline. So I want to collect. All right? So that is a simple way to have better social dancing. And I will be teaching this with a student down the road, but I wanted to get this out for everybody. And understand that your body line has to be comfortable and line up everything up. So, all right, everybody, hope this makes sense to you and that it works for you. Practice a little bit. Just really simply practice by pulling your sit bone back and try walking. That's it. If you find that your sit bones are tucked underneath you, it's because that's probably how you walk all the time. And you need to do this outside the dance floor, you know, when you're outside living your life, you want to start thinking, oh, I need to pull my hip back a little bit so I actually walk a little smoother. All right, so when you do that out there, you can bring that onto the dance floor, and it makes it really, 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 really easy. All right, everybody, so as always, have a wonderful day and be a good human.